Welcome to Lesson 9. Be sure to check out the PowerPoint presentation associated with this lesson because there's lots of additional information and energy exercises there. So let's look at the Wheel of the Year. That's the wheel of seasons and Sabbaths that reminds us of our connection to nature and helps us to renew and maintain that connection. Honoring the Wheel of the Year is part of our service to the earth. The term Sabbath is derived from the Hebrew term Shabbath, which means rest, and the Wiccan use of the term is derived from the works of Margaret Murray. In about the 1920s, she used the term Sabbath to refer to the major celebrations of pagans persecuted as witches during the Inquisition, and Wicca picked up on that. Now you'll notice that in this Wheel of the Year there are the two solstices, the two equinoxes, and then the days that are halfway in between. And those cross-border days are very important because at those points between the solstice and the equinox, the rate of change of the time of the day alters rapidly. And so once you're past Samhain, the days continue to shorten up to Yule, but at a much slower rate. But then as you get beyond Imbolc and moving to Easter, the rate picks up rapidly, and the number of minutes added to the daylight in each day increases at a quite noticeable rate each day. So the Order of Paladins has got 4 seasons that it uses to pair up all of the Sabbaths with fire festivals and solar festivals. The seasons linked to the 4 groupings of magical weapons, which you will find in other lessons. And these reflect the focus of the ancient warrior. This pairs up one of the 4 Celtic solar festivals, the 2 equinoxes and the 2 solstices, or lesser Sabbaths with one of the 4 greater Sabbaths or fire festivals. These greater Sabbaths or cross-border days fall halfway between the solstices and equinoxes, as I say. So the 4 seasons that we have are the Shield season, which is winter, the season of Earth, starting at Samhain and including Yule, the winter solstice, the Sword season, which is spring, a season of air, starting at Imbolc and including Easter, the vernal equinox, the Spear season, which is summer, the season of fire, starting at Beltane and including Litha, the summer solstice, and the Cauldron season, which is autumn, the season of water, starting at Lughnasadh and including the autumnal equinox, Mabon. So the 8 Sabbats are, starting at our Celtic New Year, Samhain, which is celebrated from sunset October 31st to sunset on the 1st of November. It marks the end and beginning of the sacred year for Wiccans. Yule, the longest night of the year, that's the winter solstice. Imbolc, which is a greater Sabbath on the Wiccan calendar, marking the midpoint of the dark half of the year. Easter, which is the vernal equinox. Beltane, which is a greater Sabbath celebrated on April the 30th. Litha, which is the summer solstice. Lughnasadh, which is a major harvest festival, which is celebrated on August the 1st. Mabon, which is the autumnal equinox, a lesser Sabbath, and the second to last festival of the Wiccan calendar. And then you're back to the beginning of the year again with Samhain. So take a look at the PowerPoint for more information on the Sabbats and the history associated with that. Now let's move on to something in the astral temple. There's a structure in there called the Scriptorium. You'll recall the expression, the pen is mightier than the sword. This is a place where earth and air energies combine to inspire writing. It's a good place to come up for inspiration writing. And it's a good place to go if you're looking to meditate on ideas for a ritual you must write. And that is because one of the things you have to do to become a knight in the order is you have to write a ritual. Now, alternately, you can rewrite an existing ritual, do an analysis of it, but we would prefer if you came up with something original. People generally do the best when they come up with something original out of their own ideas. It can be one of the Sabbats, it can be something else that's associated with the sort of things that we do relating to service or duty or the warrior archetype. So go out there, be glorious, and write that ritual. We'll see you next lesson.